Jangle, jangle.
You have now entered the lab with Elvis Escobar Fort Sama, episode 22. I'm in Staten Island, New York, about to fly out tomorrow in the morning, edit this, put it up for everybody to enjoy. I believe this is one of 2 episodes we'll be doing this week. We'll save the announcements for during the week.
Little teaser?
That information, little teaser, but obviously a happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. How was your weekend? Obviously away from home, and obviously in a new situation with your new kind of family that you're living with.
Right. No, man, my weekend, bro, like it was good. Can't complain. Went to church on Saturday. They had a little potluck.
Saturday, not Sunday.
Yeah. They had a little potluck. I got my grub on. They had some good ass food. I'm not even gonna lie.
Did you bring anything?
That church food be hitting. I didn't bring nothing, bro.
I was gonna say a potluck where you showed up empty-handed. That's not really a potluck. That's a buffet.
It was. Hey, look, I don't know what it is about these older Southern Georgia ladies, but they be throwing down. They be throwing down, and I'm with it. I take my boy's kid with me. He likes going to church now, and that's what he looks forward to. He's like, Danny, I like the music and the food. I'm like, you know what? You a man of culture as well. We out here, So, and then Saturday night, I just drank a bottle of Terramana to the dome, mix it in with some, tropical punch, a little body armor, and I was feeling good. I was feeling good for the whole night.
Have you always? And we've mentioned like tequila on the podcast, but have you always drank tequila like that, or you've been drinking it more since making the move?
Nah. I used to hate tequila, to be honest. I started tequila maybe a year and a half ago with the little Casamigos wave, switching it up a little bit. But now Casamigos is like $50 a bottle, and I'm good on that.
Yeah, I've yet to indulge in that bottle yet. I'm not ready to raise my stakes in that.
Yeah,
in that territory
I used to drink a lot of Hennessy. Like Hennessy was my shit. Like I would drink that shit straight, and then it was kind of good and bad because I drink liquor to share with my friends, but then when I would bring the Hennessy, no one wanted to drink with me, so I would drink it all. But after Hennessy, I switched over to a little bit of Jameson. I was on the Crown tip for a while, Crown and Sprite. And now,
that
I just straight.
That Hennessy is tricky. I can only do it 1 to 2 times a year. It's like one of those things where I do usually my birthday and New Year's, or my birthday and somebody else. But I think I said it back in the day when we did utility players. I become a different person, and
that
I don't know if I like that person. Oh yeah, the Hennessy White's clean. It's nice.
Yeah, it's smooth. I know exactly what you mean though. That dark liquor gives
different, right?
Energy, bro.
It gives me energy, and but I'm not aggressive or anything. I just know the next day I if I don't remember exactly what I did, I knew I felt different. You know what I mean? It's like superpowers. It's definitely something that affects your body a lot different. That's something that I would not be able to consume every week. I don't think I would have many friends or a significant other in my life if I did that. But so weekend was good. That's good. Obviously, I've been here doing a bunch of things. I'll kind of get into what I've been up to in Staten Island. Went to a Yankee game today. Went to the FERRYHAWKS game. I was actually on TV. Talked about that a little bit. But just went to a show on Friday for my boy. But we'll get into that little things, as the episode goes on. For now, let's kind of just start it off with some good music. Music is coming back as far as people putting out good quality projects. We got little teasers. We got, you got Jack Harlow and fucking Drake at the Kentucky Derby.
It was doing whatever, man.
Hip hop is going off, on the field and off the field, if you want to say it like that.
Yes, sir.
Did you listen to that Jack Harlow album yet?
Look, bro, I did listen to it. I gave it a few spins just because.
You gave it a full loop, and then you came back with another one?
Yeah, I got lucky
Okay, so you
that
blessed it. Okay.
that the day it came out, we were just like busy at work hanging up monitors on the machines,
Mm-hmm.
and like I didn't really have to talk to anyone, and I'm listening to this album. The features were cool. Like he had Pharrell on it, he had Justin Timberlake, he had Drake, he had good features, but like
Justin Timberlake, huh? I
yeah,
didn't know
Justin
that.
Timberlake was on it doing his
Okay.
thing. And I'm just I just wasn't impressed. Like it was it was just him like doing his like thing pretty much, but like nothing really stood out to me. I was listening to the song with Drake on it, and I'm like, as I'm listening to it, I'm like, yo, this is a Drake ass beat. But I didn't know that Drake was on it because I had my phone on the table. I just
Got
had my
you.
AirPods in. I'm like, yo, this is Drizzy like written all over it. And like 30 seconds after I'm thinking that to myself, Drake starts going. I'm like, oh shit. That was the only thing that stood out to me. I was that
What's the name of
made
that song?
I don't even know, bro. To
Okay.
be honest,
I'll
I'll
look
pull
it
it
up
up
for the
right now.
listeners just so they know.
But I mean, it was tough because he dropped the album like a week after Future
It's
and
called
Churchill
Churchill.
Downs.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, which is isn't that like the name of a horse race? Pretty sure that's the name of a horse
Yeah, I
race.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, maybe that's why Kentucky Derby, they tied it all together by going there. All right, I see them.
yeah, yeah.
They trying.
So he dropped the album a week after Future. He dropped the album the same day as Bad Bunny. And
Yeah,
that
that's
new
kind of
Kendrick is
tough.
coming out. So it's tough, bro. You know, like that Bad Bunny album was good. I fucked with that
Yeah.
Bad Bunny album. Yeah, it was good.
And
Definitely got me
yeah,
going
Bad
this
Bunny
month.
just sells music. He's got people that don't speak Spanish listening to it.
Listen, yeah,
He's got the whole market as far as Spanish music. But one thing I did not listen to Jack Harlow. I like to listen to him in hit records. I'm not going to listen to a whole catalog. Maybe I'll get
right.
into it. I have a flight tomorrow. Maybe I'll just throw it on while I'm doing a bunch of things. But what I did see is a lot of people debating. Little Dicky was trending and people were going hard. And when when you see something trending, you're like, oh, Little Dicky versus Jack Harlow. Right away, I'm like, okay, what are people? I try to like think about what I think people are going for, and then I went on it, and people were talking up Little Dicky a lot. Like they chose him over Jack Harlow right
Yeah,
now. So
yeah.
obviously different. They both rap, but they're different styles, different everything. But they're just
So
white.
different.
They're just
It's
white
so
rappers,
different.
so they compare it. They're
Yeah.
in that box, but I wanted to see your take on that Little Dicky take because I personally like him. I think he's clever. I think he has a lot of talent. Obviously, he became more of a gimmick than a rapper. I think he was always a gimmick in a way, right? I would say. And then
Yeah,
people
with his
respect him for his
hair. He's just a
creativity.
goofy dude.
And he's
Yeah.
got that show Dave. That's a hit. That's been 3-4 seasons maybe. So it's pretty good. So what was your what's your take as far as Little Dicky versus Jack Harlow?
I can't really even compare them because, as you said, that they're two different. It's two different styles. I like Lil Dicky in his freestyles. This dude is mad creative. Like he's got good flow. Like he's he's got everything, bro. He's just it's just weird, bro. Like when these dudes are rapping, like they're not the general stereotypical rapper. I think that both of them just being white, having curly hair, looking the way that they look, and they're at where they're at in the rap game is already enough. Like they're just
For
like
sure. Good for them
solidified,
in general.
right?
They've made it by itself.
Yeah.
Defeated
So
all odds.
I'm taking Lil Dicky though, especially after this last album. Like I like Jack Harlow. Like he's good. He makes good music. He's got the bitches, but
Is
he
this his
got he.
debut album? Like official debut
Uh,
album? I
I don't.
think it is. I
No,
want to
he
say
had
it
the
is.
other one. He had the other
He
one that
did?
had that had Tyler Hero on it, Route 66.
Oh,
His,
okay. I thought
his
that was
other
just
album.
like kind of, singles by itself mixed in with, maybe
It
EPs
could
and
have
stuff.
been. I'm not too sure, but
Yeah, it's called that's what they say. That's what they all say was that. Yeah,
yeah,
you're right. And it had those hits.
that
Okay, cool.
album was good.
That was in 2020.
That was a good album. He did his thing on there. I don't know. I expected him to show up. Give me a little bit more, especially like you've been chilling with Drake. You've been hanging out with these rappers. Like you got to give me something more than what it was.
Yeah.
It's like a slow jams, for the females type
Yeah, the
album.
girls
So
like him. He's got the girl.
yeah,
He's got the female fan base on lock. Good for him. But I on my end, I hate to agree with you because I wish we disagreed more. But we're not going to disagree just to disagree at this point. But
right.
definitely a little Dicky I'd go with just because I like the what he's done. As far as some music, some gimmick. He's not afraid to make fun of himself, and also his show is successful. So he's shown me a little bit more. Obviously, they're both two young, talented dudes. So I just wanted to see your opinion on that. Future
I
album
just
did
made
good.
the Future album did crazy. I just made a crazy face because Giannis just dunked all over Al Horford and was just looking at him like this.
I've been taking a little break off basketball. I haven't watched the last few nights of it. Just kind of like, I guess I like consuming way too much basketball lately. With the Nets at the end of their season, every game counted. Then emotionally invested, got let down. Then I was like, I need a fucking break, and that's what I did since being in Staten Island for. But like I said, Future's album did well.
It did really well. It's still I'm still playing it. I'm playing that shit every day. Like his
Yeah, he's
just
got three
everything.
songs that I don't know the names or whatever. When I go back, I'll have to. But I like the one that what is it? See, I don't want to ruin it, embarrass myself, but I'll just look it up real quick.
Look, for
It's
me, bro.
I like Massaging Me. I like
Bro, why is that shit less
Massaging
than 2
Me.
minutes, bro? Why is
Massage.
that shit
I
under
just like
2
the
minutes,
double
bro?
entendre of it. You know.
Yes, bro. I posted that shit on Twitter. I was like, why is this under 2 minutes? Because like,
He
bro,
has a few.
every
Is that the only one? There might be another one that's short because maybe that's the one I'm thinking of. Because I looked at the time, I'm like, it's over already. It just got started. You know.
yeah, bro. But like, cause that song, like, it'll start playing when I'm in the gym, and like I'm in the middle of a set, and I just get mad hype, and then like, it's over. I'm like, come on, bro. Damn, it's like that song on Jay-Z's album, Beach is Better. That shit's only like a minute long. And that's like one of the
Hey,
best. Like, bro, like why do
maybe
they
that
do this,
causes
bro?
he's doing it right. Maybe he's causing you to like it even more that you can't get the full
Yeah,
thing. But I
yeah,
like that song. That always, anytime I was looping it, that always stuck out to me. And every time that song hit, I paid more attention to it
yeah,
instead of it being like background noise.
yeah.
We talked a lot about that last episode, though.
I like On That N-Word. It's just fire. It's a good song.
Yeah, I like that.
I like Wait For You with Drake and Thames, bro. That shit, like that hook, that chorus, whatever, that shit just I'm just singing that shit at work, bro. Like I don't even care.
Yeah, even the first
Uh
two songs, like right off the bat, kind of hit for me. Like get it started with that, like
mhm.
7:12 p.m. That N word.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Yeah, they're all. I mean, like I would say every other, if not every two songs, gets me back going. If I didn't like maybe,
Yeah.
or if I'm not feeling one or two, the other song, the third song in that row, always gets me back going again. So he separated the album pretty well too, and
He did.
that proves you
That's
have to separate and know where to put the bangers and know how to position it right.
Yeah, that's
In this
exactly what
world
I
that
was
we
about
don't
to
really
say.
listen to albums, a lot of people are just into singles and into hits,
Right?
so we don't really appreciate albums. But speaking of complete putting albums together, Kendrick puts together, name another artist with a better first three albums to start his career.
Dog.
It's epic. Yeah,
Yeah.
so he released Hearts Part 5, I believe. Last night it was a video. I was at my boy Phil's. I seen that it released. We threw it on the YouTube right away. On the YouTube, I sound like a 50-year-old. Uh,
What a
yeah,
boomer.
and it was good. It's one of those typical. I think Kendrick does this every time he releases an album. My boy Phil was telling me he kind of puts out like hearts, and it's a little drop, a little snippet, and he did like what is it called? Deep fake when they put the face on. Damn, you older than me, dog. You can't even get this lingo. DJ
No,
Kuzma
bro.
shot me. Yeah, deep
Deep
fake.
fake.
It's like
Okay.
put the faces. OJ. The one that matched up the most was Will Smith. That face when he had that face on. I know you didn't watch it too intently. You just kind
I
of watch
saw
the
like
clip.
the screenshots on Twitter
Bro.
and
Watch the Will Smith like segments, like 1 minute, 2 minutes long, 1 minute maybe, and his face matches up perfectly where it doesn't look edited, doesn't look fake, computerized. Kanye, his face is a
yeah.
little different and fits, and a cut like OJ didn't fit, but like Will
Kanye's got a
Smith's,
big ass jaw.
yeah, you could tell right away. So yeah, that comes out May 13th. So that will be this Friday.
Friday.
What else? Oh yeah, the other thing I did want to mention right off the bat before we got into things were about that dude that we didn't discuss about rushing the stage from Dave Chappelle's. And then I find out somebody rushed the UFC fight. Did you see that video?
No, I did not see that.
I'll
What?
send it to you. They didn't do anything. There was this girl that said she was going to go do it. She rushed the stage, and the security guard was ready on the octagon, and
Dog.
shoot her off right away. It was so funny.
You know, it's funny. I was thinking that as like closer to like the last fights. I was like, that is the worst event to pick to streak or rush or whatnot. Like all these security guards are big. Dana White's a big dude. Joe Rogan is a big dude. He fights
DC right there. Like,
the
it's
announcers
not
are former
smart.
fighters. And
Even
then you
the
got the fighters in the ring. Like, nah.
in the corner, you always have like each corner has like
got the
one former
trainers.
fighter or one current
Yeah.
fighter. It's like, dude, don't be doing that. And it was
You're
a
gonna
woman
get
too, and
hurt.
it's like, don't do that. Bro, I'll send it to you. She literally runs the runway where the fighters come in, and she literally goes up to the octagon, and the security just standing there, just goes like that, and she flies right back off of it. It's the funniest thing ever. Let me see if I can find it real quick and send it to you. But go ahead. But yeah, the Will Smith thing was wild. People getting super
He didn't get
gully, huh?
charges. He got no charges. He's facing no charges, bro. Maybe because he got his ass beat, but he was on the stretcher with his arm like this.
I thought he was
handcuffed.
facing charges.
I saw that he wasn't going to.
That's interesting.
Shit, like he had like a gun, like a knife in the shape of a gun or something. Like,
dangerous, man.
Yeah, I don't know what people are thinking these days, bro. Like you can't just run up on someone and think you, especially like Dave Chappelle, bro.
Nah, not cool. Yeah, that wasn't cool. They roughed him up as he deserved it, as he should get roughed up for that foolery. And who knows what his agenda was? Maybe he's crazy. Maybe he had an agenda about something else. But people better.
I'm reading here that he talked to him after that. Dave Chappelle talked to him. Yeah, after the thing. Dave goes, I wanted to talk to him. I needed to talk to him. Jesus.
Jeez. I'm trying to look up that video, trying to find it, because you know, with all these websites on Instagram, it's like you don't know if it's Bleacher Report, House of Highlights. It's like, where the fuck did I see this thing? I'll find it and send it to you before this podcast is over. Yeah, so people, hey, if you rush the stage, you try to get involved in the act, you better be ready to face those consequences. Because
there's gonna be some smoke.
As there
James
should
Fox, they all beat his ass. They jumped him, and then Chris Rock was there and was like, "Is that Will Smith?"
Oh wait, so Chris Rock was in the building when that happened?
Yeah, he pulled up like right after it, and that's what he said. Yeah, bro.
Wild. People are fucking going crazy. I'm telling you, these last couple of years, you're gonna start seeing people acting a fool. Like, people have been acting foolery in regular life, but as people be coming out the house, they don't know how to act. But whatever.
People really don't know how to act, man.
I wanted to ask you about that Drake, that Drake out. You know, there's two types of people out there. There's the people that rush the stage and want to be trolls in that way and try to get attention. You know, the ladies rushing in Minnesota, gluing her hand to the court.
What are you doing?
One girl gets tackled trying to rush, and then you got the other cyber trolls and bullies and all that trying to come after Drake in the comments, and then Drake goes, "Okay, I'll do one better." And I love this. I thought that he should do this every time. I think everybody should do it.
Bro.
Bet I'm gonna go follow your girl and DM her. Like, ultimate chess move.
Bro, he said it looks like she needs some excitement in her life, man. Dog, bro.
Please, I love that.
Look, man. They started doing like she made a Twitter after. They're trying to get famous off Drake DMing his girl and whatnot. Like, they're starting to do like promos at clubs, all this kind of shit. Like, she posted some stuff on Reddit, like just going off like, oh, my husband like doesn't like Drake, this and that. Like, he always talks about his ghostwriters and whatnot. And like, yo, the jokes end up always writing themselves. Look at you. Now you over here thinking, is Drake DMing my girl? Yo, he followed my girl. Oh, he's going to fly my girl out. And his girl ain't going to say no, because I don't know any girl in this day and age that's going to say no to Drizzy, bro. Like, dog.
Dude, I love that. It's just the perfect, like, all right, you're going to comment something wild that I happen to look at. Fine. I'm just going to do one better. And it's funny because obviously it's one of those things where if Drake DMs you, it's like, Like that's the ultimate move. What are you gonna do? You can't talk more shit. You just gotta call it.
Bro.
Gotta call his game and be
You
like,
gotta charge
damn,
into the
respect.
game, bro.
For real.
That's it. That's it.
Because if they did have problems and they were about to break up, that could cause it. That could just end it right
It's
there.
a wrap. Yeah, it's over after that. Like, yo, nah. Hey, Drizzy DM's my girl. I'd be like, go get that bag, shorty.
Please do it for the both of us. All right, I got that video about rushing it. Now I'm gonna try to send it to you. Let me put my phone on mute so I can send it to you properly. Let's see. All right, I'll send it to you. Yeah, I wanted to see because once I seen that, I think that was like the first note I put in my phone for reminding to mention because that should be what most people do. Celebrities, I'll be doing that all day. Why
Girl
not?
gets
DM your girl. You
launched.
want to? Yeah, yeah. You seen that, dude? Watch it live while we're recording.
Nah, let me play it right now. Girl gets launched. I'm screaming. Let's see this shit, bro. People be doing whatever. Fucking ads, bro. So many ads. Ads are so much longer now. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, you can't watch nothing anymore. It's a new game. It's what happens when we get shit for free.
Yo, this girl really thought she was gonna get anywhere close.
Bro, watch. It's amazing. She had to run a long way, right? She had to actually run the whole
bro,
like.
He was picking her up.
He was
as
waiting.
soon as she started running.
Somebody
yeah.
was like, somebody got to sign him to offensive lineman for this NFL season.
Yo, she got freaking crap bagged.
Oh, shout out my new comb that I got in my mom's crib for the week because I still got to get mine. It's got that leopard print. Shout out VITO. I do what I got to do.
I see you, man. You got all the beard combs, bruh.
Got to.
I need to step my beard comb game up.
The TSA in Jamaica took my beard. I had that shit for like 4 years.
What?
Pick. Yeah, dog.
No way.
They let me go into Jamaica with it, and I came back with nothing. It's they got their own rules. They took it. It's funny. She opened my bag like, "What are you doing with this?" I'm like, "It's a pick from my beard." It's like you can't take that on a plane that's wild. What am I gonna do with somebody? What am I gonna do with that? Nothing. It's a comb.
It was on your
It's
carry-on?
like literally. Yeah, it was on my person. Yeah,
Man,
it was
you
like
learn from Brittany Griner, bro. Come on.
free BG.
We
are BG. What is it? We are BG. Jesus.
I don't even want to get into it. No,
I don't either. I don't either.
It's not worth it. It's not even.
Speaking of hoops, Jokic, 2-time MVP, back-to-back.
Back-to-back.
Real quick feedback on that. Him, Embiid, what did you have personally?
This I had Jokic personally. This is gonna sound crazy. This is gonna sound like
what I tell you. He led the league in PER, and that's what he got. See, so that still stands true to this day.
It's gonna sound wild coming from me. People are gonna be like, "Yo, what the fuck did Fort do? What happened over the weekend?" But after watching these last two, this actually not even the last two, this Heat Sixers series, and watching they played on the road in Miami, and then they got him back at home. I think Embiid got kind of robbed, man. Like these deep analytics, these looking way too much into these stats, these trying to, whatever, robbed him a little bit because
his numbers are gaudy. Whatever his per is up there in the top of the league. His numbers are crazy. So I get it, but I mean, he was in the middle of the pack in the West. I mean, hopefully we'll save some of this basketball talk for our guest coming up. If we do have one, nothing's guaranteed. But we got something during the week and we'll talk. But I just wanted to get your initial thoughts because it happened today.
I think Embiid will definitely win one. I mean, just the fact that he's out there playing with the broken face, playing with torn ligament on his thumb, and still doing what he's doing. And even if he's decoy or not, he's not. But he's a force to be reckoned with. No one in the league can guard that guy. I mean, I hate that he flops and he throws himself around and does all that. That takes a lot away from it. But the dude's an MVP in my opinion.
Yeah, he you know what it is, and I agree with you. He could and should probably win an MVP. He could have won it this year. Probably could win it soon. But the thing is, he's playing that game where he's got to be healthy. This was the healthiest he's been in a full season. And, he got hurt in the playoffs. It was something that, not controllable. It wasn't anything. His body wore down and he got hurt, lower body injury. He got fucking elbowed in the face. But it's hard for him to stay healthy. So if he was going to win it, it was probably going to be this year.
Yeah.
Will Embiid be healthy next year for another full season to play the qualified where you need to qualify? Like Kevin Durant could have qualified if he played 2 more games. So it's like, is he going to be able to qualify for MVP or a scoring title or something like that? So you never know. Who won the scoring title this year? Was it Embiid?
Embiid,
It was
yeah.
Embiid, yeah. It was Embiid. And he never qualified for one because he's always just missing it.
Always,
You got to play 70% of your game. So out of 82, comes out to about 54 games, I believe. I crunched the numbers with that, so I know that for sure.
Just the stuff he does, bro. Like some of the moves that he does, fadeaways. Like a dude his size, pause shouldn't be doing that kind of stuff on the basketball court.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And then there was some Shaq and Gobert going at it a little bit on Shaq said he could easily control him. Gobert said he'd lock him down. Shaq back in the day,
Gobert's full of shit.
For somebody that I'm a Nets fan, even when they were in New Jersey and we played them in the finals and they swept us, there's that famous photo of Shaq dunking on 4 New Jersey Net players in the finals. And that's what it was every single game. Like double team all the time. It was just all like, didn't matter. He was get the ball, do one of these, bang in your face. Like he's not one of those guys. He's not looking to lay the ball up. He's doing, if he's within 5 feet, he's doing one thing. So Gobert's a hell of a defender. He's this, I mean, I think he 10, 20 years ago, he'd still have a place. 30 years ago, he'd still be like a Mutombo or a better Mutombo. But to say that you lock him down, sorry, bro. Ain't nobody locking him down. And back in the day, by the way, in the 90s and early 2000s, there was a lot of centers that were really good at defending that couldn't lock down Shaq.
Rudy Gobert is 7'1". He weighs 258 pounds. Shaq was weighing 300 plus.
Yeah, 320
in his prime.
Easily.
No, you're not locking him up, bro. You couldn't even guard fucking Maxi Kleba and freaking whoever is on the Mavs. No, you're not locking Shaq down, bro. Like, just stop that.
No way. But like I said, we'll probably bring these topics up later in the week when we drop a second episode in the works. And then, there was that little thing where like breaking the code with the Warriors about like Ja Morant, unfortunate. I seen it. And obviously we have the ability these days to look at slow motion and angles and all that. All that was intentional. Let's be honest. Most of these players, and when I say most, I mean 99%. 99% of these players are not trying to injure these another player deliberately. They're not premeditated. Things happen. Things happen. You could go to the rec center. You could go to LA Fitness and by accident, things happen. You're playing to win. So you might do something stupid. You might make a dumb decision, but no one's saying, I'm going to pull Ja Morant's leg back and try to hurt him. So like that shit, you shouldn't put yourself in that position, but I want to see your take on that as far as, they're throwing around, Steve Kerr's throwing the code around.
Yeah.
Steve Kerr's got a son with a name that.
This whole thing started with Dylan Brooks, like banging GP2, Gary Payton Jr. 2 in the dome, causing him to fall and fracturing his elbow. Like, bro, it's basketball. At the end of the day, like you said, things are going to happen. These are the best athletes in the world playing this sport, and it's fast paced. Like, I mean, did it look like he was going for the head? Yeah, maybe, sure. But he's trying to, in my opinion, it looked like he was at least trying to make a basketball play to make the block. It's just unfortunate he fell the way he did and fractured his elbow. But, I mean, it's been a grind out series. Like, you got Draymond doing whatever. You got these Memphis, they're still a young team. They're trying to come up. You got the Warriors that have been there. They're established. Grizzlies are trying to be the Warriors right now. Like, that's what it is. The whole pool play on Ja Morant, that's not what even got Ja hurt. It was the play before where he landed awkwardly trying to block a shot. He didn't get a full grip on his knee, but like at that point, like me, never in my life have I tried to grab a player's knee playing basketball. There's no point. Even if I'm trying to go for a steal, like I'm not reaching back on the knee and my other hand is pushing him forward. I don't know. It doesn't look good. Like,
I know. I agree with that. Like when I look back, when I see one angle of like, I didn't know, because at first a couple angles was just his right hand. Then when I seen he pushed him, it was weird. Like in my head, I'm like, why are you even trying to do that? Like, and like I said, I know he's not trying to do it on purpose. He's trying to like make a aggressive play. But yeah, there's things in the NBA or in basketball or in any sport you just can't put yourself in that position, and it sucks. Things are moving fast, bro. We're over here talking from the sidelines that never even played anything above a certain
yeah.
level. You don't know how fast that game is, and these teams are going at it. They're physical. They want it. Both teams feel like they could win or go to the finals. So and whether you think that Grizzlies are having that kind of ignorance, and ignorance is bliss, where they know what they don't know, is that what they're saying is the Grizzlies got that swagger, man. They're young,
Yeah.
but they're hungry. And then obviously you got the Warriors that are the Warriors 2.0, or actually 3.0, that they're trying to fucking get back to it. So that series is amazing, and it sucks because we all lose at the end of the day. We all lose because he's not going to be able to play tonight.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, it's just that's what playoffs is. Like it always comes, and these playoffs especially, like we've had a lot of, like, I don't even want to say star players, but major like players for a lot of teams be out. Like Steph was coming off the bench. You got Kyle Lowry missed a few games. You had Embiid missed a few games. Who else? I know other players have missed games. Chris Middleton missing games with the hammy. Like these hammy, Devin Booker, which lets other players step up and show out. But at the same time, like us as fans, we lose out because we want these superstars, these major players playing in the series to get the best product.
Yeah, no, it just sucks as a whole. Obviously, the Embiid, he missed the first two games. Where would that series be right now? It's unfortunate. So as a basketball fan, now that my team's not in it, I just want to watch the best players on the court and then be entertained. So it sucks that things like that happen. But what's going on with that game? Let me turn it on. Let me put it.
I think Bucks are
Bucks are
still
up
up.
or 11 in the third. Yeah, I think it goes game 6. I think the Celtics win one more, but Bucks will win that series.
Giannis rebounds was at 13.5 tonight. It was plus 105. I dropped it in the Discord. This man's got like 16 rebounds, and it's in the third quarter. I don't know. I really don't know what this man does to get boards. Like, it's just so crazy to me. And it was plus money. That is the only reason I took it. Because if it would have been 13.5 at minus 105, I probably wouldn't have took it. But it was plus money. Took a little bit of a gamble, and we're good. We cashed. It's so great that when you cash before the fourth quarter or halfway through it, no better feeling. He's got 28 and 16.
Sheesh. Yeah, that's disgusting. Hey, the Bucks were disrespected last year when they had all that talent. They were disrespected again because I was paying attention who the analysts took, and a lot of them weren't taking the Bucks no matter how well they played during the season. Then they jumped on them here and there, but then they backpedaled and they picked this team. So they've been disrespected. Let's kind of, not wrap up this episode, but let's jump in real quick. UFC, give me your feedback. I'll let you talk to this. I watched it with my brother, which was great. We got to watch UFC for the first time. Had a great, I was getting drunk. We finished like a bottle and a half tequila between 4 of us. I was lit. I watched the fights, but you give me your feedback on the main card of the UFC 274. Yep.
The champion has a name. The champion has a name, and that's Charles do Bronx Oliveira. This dude, I said it on the live. I was very upset Friday when he missed weight because, like, come on, man. You're a champion. This isn't nothing new to you. You've been there before. You got to make weight, bro. There's no excuse for it. Doesn't matter if the weights are off. It doesn't matter. You're a professional. You got to make that happen. My brother said it. There's 2 fights, making weight and then the actual fight. I was going back and forth whole Friday, whole Saturday. I love Justin Gaethje. Dude's a killer. I love Do Bronx. He's a killer. Going back and forth with it the whole time. I ended up going with Oliveira. I was just like, yo, this dude is getting probably so much shit right now because he missed weight. He's going in there. It's all mental, bro. UFC is so much mental. You got another dude in front of you or lady in front of you just trying to knock your head off. And he showed up. He did what he had to do, and he got that fight done in 3 minutes. It was just so crazy to see. This dude is just on another level right now. I mean, he's going to get a chance to fight for his belt back, get that back. I don't know who he's going to fight, but this guy is insane. Very disappointed with the Thug Rose fight. She lost her belt. We always talk about how the champion has to, or whoever's fighting the champion has to do enough. Well, she didn't do enough to keep her belt. There's always that story. Very disappointed with that. Michael Chandler, this dude is the most entertaining fighter out right now. Give him whoever. He front kicked Tony Ferguson to hell. That shit was so dirty. This man fell
Super
so
viral.
Yep. He's a highlight.
He wants McGregor. He said it. He's smart. Get that bag, boy.
He wants to get paid. Exactly. He'll whoop McGregor. He'll wash McGregor. I'm saying it now. My dog Israel Adesanya fighting soon. Jaron Cannonier.
Is it the next pay-per-view?
Yeah, I think it's either that one or 276.
Okay. Yeah, it might be 276.
Yeah, we got some good ass fights coming up. Bam Bam against Cyril Gane. Man, we got some bangers coming up. I'm UFC, bro. Just give me all of it.
Keep giving me more. We got prelims, pre-prelims, we got the prelims, we got the main card, we got everything. By the way, shout out everybody who tuned in. There was a lot of good feedback, comment-wise, viewers. That was probably I might have missed one that went live when you guys did it the last time, but I feel like this was a very good positive. People interacting, engaging, talking. We appreciate everybody doing that.
Shout out Lupe Godinez, did her thing. 3-round fight, 5 minutes each. She had over 12 minutes ground control time. That was one of the most dominant performances I've seen in the prelims in my life. And shout out Tracy Cortez.
And speaking of what you mentioned before, Thug Rose not doing enough to retain. Canelo Alvarez, same time that was happening. Canelo was getting 12 rounds of what he what he had coming for so long after dominating his weight class and going up, moving. I said to somebody at the bar because I was at a bar and I was about to leave, and I it's funny, I don't know why I said this, but I said Canelo's got to watch out. He's got he's been dominating a sport for so long that you get caught slipping. I knew nothing about this dude who he's fighting. I just said in general, may not be this fight. It might be another one soon, but he was getting to that point where I feel like not getting enough challengers. You're not as sharp. You're not getting up for the fight. And man, he didn't do enough. That's plain and simple. I watched the highlights. I gotta eventually watch the full fight, but from what I seen, and it was an extended highlight, he did not do enough, and it was unanimous, and that's crazy. I gotta rewatch that fight. Maybe I'll give you more feedback on it, but Combat Sports was dominating on Saturday night, and it was fun.
Yeah, no, I was already at a point in my night where I was very faded, and the only thing I was really looking forward to was the UFC main event. So it didn't help that Rose Namajunas fight was probably the worst fight ever, and I totally zoned out, and that's exactly while the Canelo thing was going on, and I saw little bits and pieces, and every time I looked over and watched it, he was getting pieced up. So it didn't look good for that boy.
Yeah. Hey, it opens up the sport. Let's create more, more competition in, boxing. If we could have boxing and UFC dominate and be good at the same time, I would love that.
100%.
Wrapping
this up.
Probably
had a little too much fun on Cinco de Mayo and was,
Maybe, the Mexicans are big into, showing him love, and he's got that whole market. He's killing it. So we'll see where he goes from there. But let's see. Hold on one sec.
My boy calling audibles.
Yeah, me. No, I'm
Omaha.
I'm not in the lab. I'm not set up in the right situation. So telling people to be quiet while I record
my boy doing
45 minutes is impossible.
Lowering the crowd noise. It's too litty.
Shout out Real Madrid, having a hell of a game. I watched it with my godson, my nephew. We went wild. Did I send you that video?
No.
Oh, I gotta send you the video. Dude, shout out Mike. We'll be seeing his team in the championship in 2 weeks. That game was wild. They had a 1% chance of winning in
Oh
the
yeah, when they came
89th
back.
minute. 1%. They scored one goal in the 90th minute, then scored another one in 1 minute, and then had the penalty kick. It was, bro, wild. It was a wild 15 minutes of soccer. Like people that say that it was a 1-0 game. Obviously, it's aggregated, and I can explain that, but I'm not. Shit was wild, bro. Not every soccer game's like that, but the big ones are usually that exciting. Real Madrid goes for championship, Euro championship number 14. That'll be exciting. I'm excited about that because this team has not as much talent as the other ones used to have, but they're giving me heart attacks
They're
every single round.
resilient, bro. I feel like they do that
Resilient.
every game. It's literally like last minute stuff, come from behind, like just
Yeah,
my
man.
dog Benzema doing his thing.
That's you. He's gonna win the best soccer. What is it? The Ballon whatever
The
it's
Ballon
called.
d'Oro.
Whatever it's called.
Ballon
He's gonna
d'Oro.
win that. He's been the soccer player of the year for sure. Playing with France, playing with Real Madrid. Shout out FERRYHAWKS. Got this hat when I came. I was
That
on
shit
television.
fresh.
Yes Network. Yes, it was
Shit
dope.
fresh.
So it turns out the tickets I got $15 each. Sat fourth row behind the dugout. I didn't know I was on the camera angle, whatever. Best view, by the way, in
Yeah,
all of
it looked like it.
sports with the New York skyline in the background. You can't get it anywhere. It's amazing. And I was on TV. I came home. I watched highlights, and I'm like, oh shit, that's me. I'm on the TV. I didn't say for all the game. I left like halfway through. It was cold. My mom needed to get home, whatever. But for the half of the game, I'm just on it the entire time. It was so funny. Shout out FERRYHAWKS. They got to clean up the stadium a little bit. Freshen
Staten
that up.
Island, bro. Staten Island.
Yeah, the Yankee game today, they won. I was at. Shout out
Nice.
AP. We went into the game. It was cool.
You
Good
stayed
day. It
that
was a
whole
great
game,
sunny
right?
day.
You didn't leave early?
Yeah, say the whole game. It was 1-0. It was 0-0.
1-0?
It was 0-0. We had a no-hitter going into the 8th, and then we gave it up. But then Anthony Rizzo scored or got judging for 1 run. We won 1-0. That was a makeup game. It was raining
Yeah,
on.
you just missed Cole, right? Cole pitched yesterday.
Yeah, so we were supposed to be going to Cole Friday night, which I love because I want to go to the Yankee Stadium at night, get lit. Still had a beer like 9:30 in the morning today. So that didn't change much, but we were going to do, and then it rained literally Friday morning till Sunday morning. It rained like 48 straight hours in New York. It was crazy, but I was blessed with a nice day today to go to the game. It all worked out. We got a W.
Nice.
We won the series. Great game and experience. And then the only thing that I see here is F1 in Miami. They did their thing. I read a fact. I don't know if it's true, but the owner stands to make more with the F1 in that weekend or day than what he would make profit-wise in an entire Dolphins home 8 games. Not sure if that's true. That was somebody tweeted. Not sure if that's verified, but it could be. It's just letting you know how much money these people are actually making.
I didn't know that.
Did you see any highlights? Did you see? I know everybody I knew.
Everyone was there.
South Florida was there, right?
Yeah, everyone's there. I know a few people that worked it. They were posting mad stories. It looked sick. It looked like a great time. I just know it was mad hot down there. My buddy said it was like 110 near the track. So,
damn.
Yeah.
I mean, it's vibing. You seen that picture with Michael Jordan?
David Beckham.
Bro, that picture's crazy.
Lewis Hamilton.
Tom Brady.
Yo, they
Hamilton.
banned jewelry?
Yeah, what was that?
That is so stupid, bro.
He showed up. My man showed up with 3 watches, 8 chains.
Yeah, just like going on as he should, bro.
That's
so whack.
I guess.
You know what it is. You know what it is. You know exactly why they're doing it.
I want to say the phrase so bad. I want to say the phrase. They don't want to blanket-ish it. They don't want to make it too blankish.
Dude.
But that's what it is. I get it. All these these are top Bentley, all the Rolls Royce. Yeah. I get why, but you got to get the athletes, if we're gonna call them athletes, you got to let the athletes and the personalities. That's what sells all.
Yeah, that's what sells.
The personalities of them.
Most of the time, they're wearing helmets, so we don't know what they look like or don't know who they really are or nothing.
That's like that. That's a dumb move. So, that's an ignorant move to make that rule. I didn't even read into it. I just go, wait, he's not allowed to wear watches or all this stuff, so we wore more. Love it. Find me,
Like,
bitch.
it's
Find
like
me.
when AI was wearing whatever he wanted, and then David Stern is like, okay, we got to wear suits to the game. And they all started wearing these big ass baggy suits.
AI
Bro,
got so many white kids wanting to play hoops.
yeah, bro. Like they had
People loved it.
cornrows, they had the fake tattoo sleeves with the shooting sleeve, they had the little finger sweatbands, whatnot, taping their
Oh, I
fingers
rocked those
together.
back in the day. I love
Of
those. That was
course, bro. I
headband.
had AI shoes, man. Like it's I don't get it. I don't understand why they try to limit the culture, to limit something that could just explanate everything. Like
Yeah,
I
100%.
mean, I don't know, bro. Like
Don't make no sense. These are white suits that only look at the negative and they don't even try to consider what the positive. They don't see that it evens itself out. You got to let these people be the personality and from what I've seen, obviously it's a if that tweet is true about the business side behind the F1, and I've been seeing a lot. I've never seen anybody. First person I knew that talked about F1 was like Maurice Gravy and stuff like that. I never now I see it on all day on my Twitter from people I follow, not people I don't. I've been seeing
yeah.
people go to these things, and a lot of girls were there. They don't know what the fuck they're watching to begin with. They just like it because they
They're just
they
there
get
for the
drunk.
clout.
Yeah, they're there for the mimosas. But hey, but at the end of the day, that's hey, get eyeballs on your product. That's the name of the game, right? So
Yeah, that's
uh,
what we're talking about. Like
I don't know if I can watch racing. That's kind of not my love. I don't love cars like that, but I could turn it on for a little bit and appreciate the sport.
wasn't the only race this week. Kentucky Derby.
Boom.
I was locked. Our boy
Shout
Vito
out.
did his thing.
Yeah, how much
80
you,
to
you
1
come up
odds.
with?
He came up with a nice number. It
Bet
was
what? Bet 50 to win
good.
something like that. What was
He
it?
bet
Bet
20.
80?
Bet
Oh, he
20.
bet 20?
Yeah, it was 80 to 1 odds, bro.
And what do you win? I could look
14
it up real
hundo.
quick.
14
What do you do?
hundo. He came up. Came up nice.
Wow.
Came up nice.
Huge.
Yeah, I wish I would have known. I would have put a little 25 piece on it, Nothing crazy, just
Yeah, I see that.
in
Bet
case.
2014. Wow, good for him. Shout out
Yeah,
Vito.
good for him. Yeah, Rob went off after. He's like, "Yo, Vito just
Good
came
shit.
up."
Dog, that video, and if you guys haven't seen it, look it up on Twitter or whatever. I sent it to you earlier. That video of him
Mhm.
coming out of like nowhere and just beelining that for the last 10, 15 seconds of the race. That's man, that horse juiced.
Yeah,
Juiced up.
he
And then
was.
try to eat another horse's face off, try to eat a dude's leg.
There
I don't know.
was there
Don't
was
be
a
surprised
tweet
if it
I
comes
saw.
out that that boy was juicing.
There was a tweet I saw that said the owner paid like 30K for it, and had to train the horse, had to do everything, the whole process, and he won like 1 point something, off the
Mm-hmm.
race and everything. They were like, you could have bet 30K and won a lot more. It's like, this is a lesson. Always gamble, folks.
Right? It's always hindsight. People that always gamble like and have that opinion, it's always like, oh yeah, when you look back at it. But man, as a very juvenile gambler myself that made small bets, I know a lot about sports, and I still didn't know it. It's a different game. Knowing sports, knowing betting is two different animals. You just got to combine it and figure it all out.
Yeah, it's two different things.
It's
It
tough.
really is a lot more research than people think it is.
Playing that game, you get suckered in. Those and that Vegas knows what they're doing when they put a number on
You're
something.
playing
Like
against the
you get
house.
excited. Yeah, and there's a reason why they keep building more and more in Vegas. It's not because they losing. That's for sure. Yeah. Any shout outs on your end? Any thing happening in your life?
Um, Shout out one of my coworkers. This dude just started a few weeks ago. Real cool dude, hardworking guy. He got on the phone today and he was like, "Oh shit!" Like just going off. He's like, "For real? Like no way. Like nah. Like just." And I'm like, either this dude got some really bad news or he got some really good news.
Mm-hmm.
And good news, bro. He
Nice.
got, he got full custody of his kids.
Sweet.
He won his case, and it was just great to see
A man beating the
someone.
case. That's rare.
Yeah, it was so great to. He's like, he came back. He's like, let's fucking go. Like, let's go, man. I'm like, you good? He's like, yeah, man. I could tell he was crying because he was still teary eyed.
That's
He
dope.
was still showing the emotion in his face. I'm like, yo, what's up? What's good? He's like, man, my lawyer just called me. I got full custody of my kids. I'm like, let's go. Let's go. So it was so great to see that, bro. I almost got emotional. I gave him a hug. I was like, congrats, bro. Like, he's like, yeah, man. Like, I'm going to go get them right now. Like, I'm going to go get them today. I was like, hell yeah, bro. That's what's up. So that's all I got. That was one thing that stood out to me early this week. And I mean, just, bro, like I was saying on the live, like I told my brother, my life is just a routine right now. Like, and it's what I need. I'm glad that there's no curveballs. It's just straight down the middle, 95-mile-an-hour fastballs, and I can just turn on them and just be ready for whatever. And I know it's going to come a time where that slider, that Jose Fernandez slider, is going to come, and I'm going to have to be ready for it. But yeah, RIP. But right now, like it's all just forming together. All the pieces are falling into place. I'll be in North Carolina next week. I'm hype about that. So just wherever you're at in life right now, like it doesn't matter. Like just literally just stick to a routine, write shit down, just finish what you got to finish, even if it's tough. Like just keep the ball rolling. Like good things eventually will come into place and everything will be there when you really need it.
Love it. Third episode, we're ending with some good wisdom from four. Only shout out I have is like I mentioned in the beginning, I went to an event for my boy Phil, my boy Steve, who's putting together like he wants to do big things, festivals. He wants to do doing concerts. Starting off small, he's the same one that runs that Blueprint basketball program that I posted. I talked about here on the podcast. Doing great. Obviously, basketball for the youth. He's grinding. He's hustling. Started that from the ground up. Got a great clientele. Got a great group of kids on the island from, age groups, gender. It's awesome. And then now he's doing his new venture. He did his first show. Phil never performed in his life. Man, you talk about emotional. A tear didn't come down, but I'll send you videos of what he performed and the words and the vibe. He had Steve playing the keys. It was great, man. It's great to see somebody that now 16 years with all the talent he has creatively and just everything. He's the most creative person I've ever known and know right now. And I'm so happy that he's taking that step up to do something in that regard of whatever, putting himself out there, getting on stage, never been on stage before, doing, and doing a different type of art. So it was dope. And then shout out Charlie. She was the headliner. She's a great talent. I think she's got a lot of not even potential because she's when it's like potential and then like now she's putting it out there musically. She's got a great vibe. She's a great person. So I hope they do more events and this podcast will be promoting that for them on their behalf. And hopefully we have one of their on, but they're starting like Dreamville got like that. J. Cole got that crew, that creatives and all that. So that's how I look at what they're trying to do. And it's awesome. And that event for never throwing an event at a bar and all that they knocked it out the park. So I'm proud of what they've been able to do. And it was great. Nice. I'm glad I happened to be in town for that to show support for them to do that. So that was that was a great way to kind of like sandwich my weekend, hanging out with my family, hanging out with everybody, meet my godson Sebastian. So nice. It was a good week for me in New York.
Always great to see people you've known win, bro. Like there's
absolutely
few things better in life than just seeing people you genuinely care about and really want the best for, like achieve what they've been trying to do. And
it's awesome.
Just win in whatever they're doing, bro. Nothing better.
Pure love, no hate. Like you want them to do better and you want to be motivated by them, and then everybody rises. So it's pretty dope. But so no more traveling for me. I'm not traveling until the end of June. So I got the next month and a half not on a plane, not even traveling on a plane. Next time I travel, I'm driving to Myrtle Beach. So I'm done with that. I'll be back in South Florida.
Myrtle Beach, I'll meet you.
Yeah, hey, maybe we could do something. But I'll be back in South Florida. Was that tomorrow afternoon? And I got a lot of work to do with editing this tomorrow and stuff like that. But any last words before we end 22? Obviously, we have probably another episode coming this week. Stay tuned and stay locked for that. But you want to end it episode 22 on something?
I mean, I kind of just really already said what I had to say. I don't want to like overexert myself or say too much or kind of just say something and then I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have said that, or just keep tuning in, just subscribe, follow all the socials. Like we got a lot of stuff going on. We're just trying to get better each and every week for everyone and give everyone a little bit of what they're looking for, and not just a podcast, but an overall brand.
Absolutely. Elvis Escobar, Fort Sama, episode 22. Enter the lab, exit the lab. Peace.